Hi there, YouTube. It's been a while since you've seen my real face and not one of my characters. Today, rather than rant and rave about problems in the world or my upbringing, I'm going to show you guys how to do something. Something relatively useful. I say relatively because 99% of the world could care less. If you would, if you're interested, go to a website called sourceforge.net. I think that's what it's called. I can't read backwards. Or go to Google and run a search for a program called Audacity. A-U-D-A-C-I-T-Y, as my subtitle has so kindly spelled out for you. Look for a program called Audacity. It's a free audio editing program. You can take clips of audio, add all kinds of cool effects, yada yada yada. What we're going to do today is show you how to add a multifaceted growl, almost a demonic voice sound quality, and that's pretty cool. Check out my videos, the Edgar Allan Poe poems. I use that effect for the voice that's reading them. And what we're going to do today is I'm just going to show you how that all goes.
Alright, so this is what it should look like, the screen of the program after you downloaded it and everything. Get your mic hooked up and go ahead and click record right up there. See the mouse, the badly drawn mouse that I had to do with MS Paint? Okay. It should pull up a bar like this one, the little fluctuation there, that's just white noise from the cooling fan in the computer, that kind of thing. When you record voice, it looks something like that. The bars are a little more spiky. Okay. Go ahead and click audio track name right there. And put in a name of your choice, something you'll remember, something obvious. See, like that right there. Yeah. And then click somewhere on that area there to select the entire track. Go to Edit, Duplicate. It should look something like this. There's two identical tracks now, and you play them, you can't tell the difference. Now, just as before, click the rename option, make it -1 pitch. We'll explain more on that later. Now go to Effect, Change Pitch. Should pull up a window like this one. Don't worry about most of those values. Just go to semitone half steps. Change it to -1, as the title suggests. And it should jump like that. Don't worry about it. It's still the same track. The second track now sounds slightly different. Go ahead and select your main track, as we did before, and duplicate it again. And it should now show 3 of them. Rename the third one -5 pitch, and then go to Effects, Change Pitch, and as the name suggests, change it to 5. Then go ahead and do Bass Boost. That way when it plays, that makes the desk rattle. You don't really have to worry about changing much here. I normally just click OK, because you can fiddle with it if you want, but you do too much and it won't sound right. It sounds distorted. Now when you do this, you should see the bars spike a little bit because the sound has changed. Don't worry, that's normal. It sounds pretty cool when you play it. Remember to always click play pretty often so you can hear how it sounds before you go too far, and save often too. Now if you'll follow the pointer, you can see the this little pan button here. Bring the deep track, the -5 track, up just a little bit. It'll say gain 3 right there. It'll make it sound pretty cool, because if you know, they all have the same volume level. It's like a wall of sound. You can't really appreciate the multifaceted quality of the effect we're making here. It won't sound right. You can play it before doing so and after, so you can hear the difference. Next thing we're going to do, after messing with that a little bit, is select your -1 pitch track. Go to Effects, Echo. Alright, it's going to pull up another window. What I normally do is set the values at 0.1 and 0.6. That way the echo doesn't sound too distant and it's not too distorted. And you should see a little progress bar depending on how long the track is. It usually takes about 2 or 3 minutes for a 5 or 6 minute long track. And again, you should see the wavelengths here. The little chart should spike a little bit as the sound changes. It'll look different from the other two tracks. And again, go to your effects menu, go to G-Verb. You could, just play around with the effects. This one has far too many numbers for me to keep up with. I usually don't mess with it unless I feel like I need that extra creepy effect. What a G-Verb does, it simulates speaking in a big open room. It's like a multifaceted echo. It gives a really cool sound, but if you screw it up, it'll make it sound like crap. So I usually don't mess around with it too often. But just in your free time, play around with the effects menu, play around with these values, see how it... You can always click the preview button, see how it changes the sound, and see what you think of it. Now, that being done, go to File, Export as WAV, and name it something obvious so you can find it and not lose it amidst your tons of files you may have on your computer. I have trouble if I don't name it something very specific that I'll remember. And add it to your videos. Do whatever you're going to do with it. And if you did it right, it should sound something like this.
Who can doubt the power of an unseen God after contemplating the state of one of his children? Sadly, many find a way. Any given human being has a limit to the strain of his mind. Christians give their praise and their burdens to a God in heaven who shares with them the secrets of living painlessly. Given with enough willpower, a man can eventually discover such secrets on his own. But the secrets men ascertain by their own power are not enough to guard against the poison of insanity, at least not for long. God's power is infinite, illimitable, and beyond all knowledge of man. It is our duty as Christians to share this power with those who seek it. The love of God is like a strong binding. It holds our mind together in the shape that He desires it to be. Without this binding, we fall apart.
There now. Doesn't that sound much cooler than me just sitting there reading it? I mean, that's kind of boring, just blah, 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 words, but you add that growl, that scary sound there. It's pretty cool, huh? I thought so, and if you didn't, I don't care. Leave me comments, subscribe, all that good stuff.